Welcome to Landspace Architecture. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own tree brushes in Photoshop using different styles. By the end, you will be able to create your own brush library for your landscape and architecture renderings. Let's start with the watercolor style. First, I create a new canvas in Photoshop. I usually make it square, since most top view trees have a rounded shape. Once the canvas is ready, I import a top view tree image. You can grab one from Google Images. Just make sure it's a free public domain image, or you can use my realistic tree pack linked below. It's a PSD file that includes 25 different tree assets. Then just choose one and drag it into the blank canvas. After adjusting the size and placing the tree in the center, I press Ctrl U on Windows or Command U on Mac to open Hue and Saturation. Then I bring the lightness down to 100 to turn the tree completely black. Next, add a watercolor texture on top of the tree layer. You can either find a texture image online or download my seamless texture pack from the link below. Drag the texture above the tree layer. To apply the texture only to the tree, move your mouse between the texture layer and the tree layer. Then hold Alt or Option on Mac. You'll see the cursor change to a small arrow icon. Just click once. Now the texture is clipped to the tree shape underneath it. Next, press Ctrl U again, or Command U on Mac and adjust the hue and saturation of the texture layer. Set the saturation to 0 so the texture becomes black and white. Then press Ctrl L to open levels and darken the overall tone to make the texture stronger and more visible. One thing to note, you don't need to remove the background as long as it's pure white. Just leave everything as it is. Then go to the top menu, click Edit, and choose Define Brush Preset. Give the brush a name, and now you've created your own custom tree brush. Now that we have the watercolor tree brush, we can start rendering watercolor-style landscape plans really quickly. For those simple white circles often used on top of watercolor or minimal style plans, we can create a second custom tree brush as well. Let's do it. Start with a blank canvas. Use the ellipse tool to draw a circle. Set the stroke color to black with a relatively thin line weight around 5 to 8, and make sure the fill is empty. Then go to the top menu, Filter, Distort, Wave. Before applying the effect, Photoshop will ask you to rasterize the layer. Just click OK. In the wave settings, you can preview the distortion in real time. A larger wavelength creates bigger, smoother waves around the edge, while a higher amplitude increases the intensity of the distortion. Play around with the settings until you find a tree shape you like. Personally, I like this more organic, hand-drawn watercolor feel. But if you want a cleaner and softer outline, just increase the wavelength value to smooth out the edges. Once you're happy with the shape, use the ellipse tool again to draw a smaller ring in the center. Use a thinner stroke this time, then align it to the middle of the larger shape. And that's it. We've created a minimalist tree symbol. Now go to Edit, Define Brush Preset, give it a name, and you'll have your own minimalist tree brush. Next is the realistic tree brush, and this one is super simple. If you follow the previous two examples, you already know the basic workflow for creating any custom tree brush. Just drag a realistic PSD tree into a blank canvas. Then press Ctrl and U or Command and U on Mac to desaturate the image and turn it black and white. After that, press Ctrl and L to open levels and darken the image to create a stronger silhouette. Once it looks good, go to Edit, Define Brush Preset, and that's it. Super fast and really easy. If you want to learn how to draw grouped trees for a master plan, check out this video. I also share the brush settings I use to create these cloud-style tree compositions. Last, let's learn how to create a watercolor elevation tree brush. It's actually the same method as the first brush, the only difference is the tree shape here. I use a realistic elevation tree as the base image, then place a watercolor texture on top and clip the texture to the tree shape. Just like before, use Ctrl and L to adjust the levels and strengthen the contrast. Then go to Edit, Define Brush preset and save it as a brush. That's it. Once you create 5 to 10 different brushes, drawing landscape sections becomes super fast and easy.